Okay, game 2 here. And we're halfway through the picking stage because apparently this is a replay class and didn't realize it until they were halfway through the picking stage. So as a result, we won't even talk about the bands because clearly the bands don't mean anything. Instead, we will right into the picks, which will be done soon, but that's okay. We can spend the first part of the game talking about them too. Ophelia, Rhapsody, Grinix, Gauntlet, and...
Master of Arms.
NK doesn't know what their last pick is.
Corrupted Disciple.
Okay, so not bad there. Some strong push, Ophelia Rhapsody. Grinix, of course, very often banned out, but picked up here by NK, a strong Suicide. Gauntlet in mid, Les QQ very much likes that hero. Znaui there actually was playing support last game and has transitioned off that role apparently. He is playing the Corrupted Disciple. That'll probably be a short laner.
Let's get it on.
Good stuff here from the Legion side. They've got some good push, some good gank, and some solid carry potential. Their team fight is perhaps a little lacking, but we'll see how they manage to make up for it. I'd suspect they're going to be looking for not really 5v5 engagements, but to pick a hero off or two and then go for a push. Because they can't really... I mean, like, it's not to say they'll do badly in team fights, especially with Rhapsody Ultimate and Ophelia Heal. It's hard to do too terribly, but it's pretty clear that this team is not exactly built to take 5v5 engagements and drop a bunch of spells that way. On the other side, we have Hellborn, who are built that way. Swiftblade, Chronos, Torture, Master of Arms, and Bubbles. So lots of AoE there. Master, Acid Bomb to some extent, but mostly Bubbles, Torture, Chronos, and even Swiftblade's slashes will be... what's it even called? Omni Slash, right? Swift Slashes. Those are all pretty heavily team-oriented abilities, so really the team fight, I think, strongly favors the Hellborn side, but Legion has significantly better push, so this is pretty much just going to be push versus team fight, and we'll see who wins that battle. Vorticite goes down here in bottom, so they're going to spot this Corrupted out. Won't go on him yet, as now he is cleverly hiding behind the trees. Feeling like things ain't right. I think he might have seen Master of Arms right here. And as far as the lanes go, this is looking like an aggressive tri-lane on bottom, which isn't bad. I think I said this earlier, I don't remember if it was game 1 or if it was a previous game, but Swifty does pretty well in a tri-lane, especially if you give him 2 stuns, because it's really, really hard to not die to that. And that's pretty much what's going to be happening here. 2 stuns, including 1 targeted, so Torture should not miss that chain reactions. Plus the Swift spin, and that's going to be a pretty close to dead Corrupted Disciple if he gets caught out really at all. And they're eating through the trees here to try to get some positioning on him because, of course, they can't really die the tower at level 1. And there's a second tree eater. Let's see what happens. There's a charge shot on top of the chain reaction. This is going to be dead CD.
First of many.
Well played there, but meanwhile, Ophelia and Rhapsody are coming in from the side, and this is going to be a death on the Torture. Master of Arms possibly too, as he's in some trouble. Vagabond chasing him down, so it's on Swiftblade as well. 2 nukes coming out there, so good counter kill there from eventually Ophelia, of course, picking it up, and Staccatos on Swiftblade. So that means a transition from Rhapsody, who had been going in middle with this Gauntlet against Bubbles. And clearly Rap's going to have to sit down here and babysit this Corrupted Disciple, as Torture better get out there because there's a ward place and they can see him. So we get a transition here from NK, pretty much immediately realizing what's going on with the tri-lane and deciding, yes, we need to do that. But there goes a charge shot on top of the blades, and actually Swifty needs to be a little careful about this because he's not going to kill Rap, and that's going to be a turnaround. And the Corrupted Conduit is up, I believe. Electric Tide is probably pretty close. Oh, just enough range to grab the double tap. So nicely played there from Sally. Master of Arms trying to save his buddy in Torture, and I think he probably would have lived because I don't think he could have gotten the 2 auto attacks he needed to kill Tort there, but ends up picking off Umros on that Master of Arms instead. And all of a sudden this tri-lane from Hellborn not doing so well. And it's corrupted is level 3. Master's still level 1, and Torture and Swift are both level 2. Rhapsody grabs the illusion on bot and will head middle, where we've got Gauntlet versus Bubbles, and this should be slightly in favor of Bubbles just because range usually beats not range. Illusions are coming in from the side. We'll see if she decides to shell surf away. Will not. Instead choosing to hold his ground. So let's see how they're doing down here. Bubbles at 17-5, Gauntlet at 9-0, so no surprise Bubbles winning that lane. If Rhapsody had stayed here, certainly Gauntlet would be winning it, but that would mean a continuously dead Cubby Disciple. Top, Chronos Suicide. Sorry, Chronos Short Lane. It's the Hellborn team versus the Brynix Suicide, so he's not doing too terribly, 15-3 compared to a 12-3 Brynix. So Chronos certainly winning this lane, but not by that much. It sort of looks like Rhapsody's here to stay. One more staccato, I believe. Yeah, but not really close. CD getting chased down. There's the chain reactions, but he's not even close enough to take a second stun. As now here is basically playing a suicide short lane Corrupted Disciple because he can't do anything. Like if he gets close to the wave here, he's gonna get double stunned and killed by Swiftblade. Yeah. Now it looks like Torture and Master of Arms are roaming in over here, and Rhapsody's in some trouble as they have lots of vision of her. And there's the double damage rune actually, as a Fork Lightning does hit her, but she's a little too fast to take any stuns. And she will get out of this. Staccato stuns there, and that's going to be very nice. Actually, as Swifty's going to... Oops. Did not realize there was a DD there, I think. And Insania picks up the kill on the Slot Please as... Pretty bad misplay right there. He didn't... I don't know if he didn't realize Rhapsody was coming up the river or something like that, but he was all the way over here in the shop when she was coming up, which basically allowed her to get the staccato stuns on him before he started spinning because he wasn't close to her. Rapid get ported back here by Ophelia, so very nice of her. And CD now has the ability to farm this lane because opponents are not able to kill him quite as easily as they should. Swifty does have boots. And so does CD, so if CD does get caught out, it's not like he can outrun Swiftblade. He also doesn't have any points in that increased movement speed. And as a result, Hellborn will once again take lane control here. They have 3 heroes. Staccato stuns there on the torso. There's the fall off the Minotaur, and so but all sorts of stuns going out here, but Master also going to fall, so double tap from him. And nicely played there from Rhapsody and Tankabet, Insania, and Ophelia there. This Torture got melted pretty hard, actually. Probably has something to do with the fact that he's level 2, and Tank is level 5, and Rap's level 4, and CD's level 5. I think CD had a bunch of charges stacked up there. As over here, Rhapsody will run into Swiftblade, but there's Ophelia with a turnaround, and boy, that's painful, man. Gonna help her jungle a little bit here. Get some health back. And so far, the Legion side off to a pretty fantastic lead. 3.68 gold, 3.8k experience. Of course, running that jungle versus a dual support will give you that experience. The Chronos will drop on top of Rev Wards. We have 3 different up here, but it should make it. Chain reaction says hit. And oh my god, he's still alive. Why is he still alive? Somebody please explain to me why Greenix is still alive right now. There's the ultimate from Ophelia as well, and Jesus, he's gonna live. Hook gonna miss in the middle, as Swifty has come in here to try to do something. Not sure what, but something. This is slightly reminiscent of the Twisted Fusion vs. BMG game where they ran that roaming Swiftblade, and it just did not work in every sense of the word. It's obviously a little different because they certainly set up the early game much different from that. They put him in an aggressive tri-lane. They clearly meant to get a bunch of kills and have him farm like crazy. So he certainly wasn't going to be roaming in this situation, but the end result is sort of the same. He's been just totally shut down, 165 gold per minute. He's level 4. His bot tower is getting pushed in pretty heavily. Not going to be finished off as Ophelia does not want to take all the damage with her creeps, but then here comes a creep wave, and all of a sudden, yes, they will push it in pretty much. Port going to be coming in here, but it's not going to be able to save the tower.
The Legion had destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Swiftblade, but now Hellborn looking for a kill, not going to find one. I don't know why they'd even go for that. It's level 3, level 4 Swiftblade versus level 7 Corrupted Disciple, so at this point, it wouldn't be surprising if CD could just kill both of them by himself. And Rhapsody coming in from the side, on top of Ward, puts her own Ward down. They're both right on top of each other. Insania is just placed though, so hopefully Hellborn will be able to counter that. They should know it's there. So this is a pretty awful situation for Hellborn right now because not only did they lose their Shy Lane, but they're also running double supports against a jungler, so they were going to lose that in a sense anyway, because like this is Ophelia who's being compared to Torture and Master of Arms, and he's got 4 times the farm of either one of them. So over here, Jesus Christ, Torture gonna get picked off once more. Way too much damage. As Hellborn's Legion's pushing stuff in, charge shot there on the front there. Actually, his Bubbles jumps in with the Hellfield. So now he will fall there. There goes the Ophelia. Charno's gets strong on him too. And Torch's gonna come back, and there goes everything. Rhapsody Elephant doing everything to prevent damage. On to Gauntlet. Now Master is under trouble. Gauntlet gonna put up, Jesus, that Infernal Instability hit perhaps. Shell Serve just gonna snipe, but Gauntlet lives. So that was a 4 for 1, and they're going to push the spot tower in as the whole Hellborn or Legion team also comes down here.
The Legion had destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Sorry, person. And Grenix is here by himself, but he's really not in that much danger. No kelp field. There will be a song, but yeah, Riftstock. There goes the Rev Ward, so they can see him. Fork Lightning not going to hit. Another Riftstock. And he's just going to be able to get away. Skirting the true vision of those 2 towers. They do see him a little bit there because of creep wave, but certainly way too far gone to do anything about it. Middle lane going to get pushed in a little bit by CD, as everybody on the Legion side is out-farming everybody on the Hellborn side, and that's really impressive because Bubbles is at 290 gold per minute, and that's usually not something you see. Even Rhapsody on that support is 340 GPM. Ultimate from Grenix getting thrown out there for really no reason, but hey, why not? Ophelia picks up the Astrolabe there on top of bringing Sorcerer into Teacher and Boots, so she's feeling real supporty. CD in some trouble here as he has the Kelp Bill going on there, puts the perfect conduit. He's going to push hooked away, and gets the Electric Tide. There goes Bubbles, and Torture is next. Grenix going to finish him off. Master of Arms still in some trouble as Grenix is willing to die this tower a little bit. Rhapsody has Staccato Stuns up in a second, and this is going to be a dead Master. There it is, and Minotaur Stomp actually doesn't matter. Tank of that Ophelia picks up the last kill. He has a savage 6 streak. 7-0 into 3-0 and 10 on Rhapsody, 2-0 on Sibby, 1-0 and 2 on
this Hellborn tower.
Now he's the only miserable failure with 2 deaths. And this mid tower is going to die in a matter of seconds. This one goes down, healing on ball and creeps.
The Legion had destroyed a Hellborn tower.
As a result, I believe that was Kronos porting out. Meanwhile, Swifty taking a bunch of damage. Now he's got to be careful. Kronos jumping in. He puts the main over in. Only gets 2. Riddick's in the back doing a bunch, taking the Swift Slash. He's gotten the blast onto a circle. Lewis Blessing is there, and Kronos is going to fall. So Staccato Sun's down into Bubbles, who has his take cover and a Shell Surf, but is just able to port away. Torture gets picked off over here. Swifty's still getting chased down. Everything's will finish him off. Master of Arms not getting chased down as well. Pushbook comes in from Rhapsody, and we'll see. Just Staccato Sun's up.
3 kills already gets the double.
Stalkleys does finish off Zibe as he dives to the tower. Nice take cover there, preventing the hook, and this base tower is now being pushed in. Insania actually falling to the tower, I believe. It was a Hellborn. And Hellborn will successfully defend this mid push, but we're 12 minutes in, and they're defending their base tower because they have to, and it's almost dead. That's not really a good place to be in. Top tower going to take a bunch of damage here, should get pushed in relatively easily. And CD finally decides to go back, and yes, I will hit that a couple of
The
times.
Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
So everybody here on the Legion side over 340 gold per minute, and nobody in Hellborn is over 260 with that Bubbles trying to do everything he can. And Legion's just like, yeah, we're gonna keep pushing this. Middle Anders meets Phoenix just drops everything, and he dies in a second. Now Chronos even in some trouble. There is a Rev Ward down here. And I don't think that Phoenix can get this kill. Chronos does have time leap, so I don't know what he's doing, just screwing around, but he just leave. And he has instead juked the hell out of that Phoenix, who is now right on top of a Rev Ward. There's a Song and Sea, and a charge shot, so Zive in a little bit of trouble here. Isn't the Rift Stop now, but not enough as the kill field gets dropped, and there he goes. Meanwhile, top tower getting pushed in by the 4 members of the Legion side. Except for Gauntlet, who's just sitting off to the side with a haste.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
So all towers dead here for the Hellborn side, in favor of the Legion side. Time leap off to the side, and Chronos will pour it out. Not really sure what he's doing. Whatever. Although I don't think it matters because this is going to be CC per minute anyway. 16k gold, 10k experience lead for the Legion side, and they've just run all over this game. That failed tri-lane in the middle, in the beginning, just a real source of pain, and then of course the fact they're running second supports versus jungler meant that Legion farmed so much better. TwFu was extremely active, getting a ton of kills in that bot lane, and everything just went wrong for them down there. And as a result, way too many kills, way too much gold pulled up on not only TwFu and Ophelia, but Insania as well. Actually, Rhapsody getting a ton of stuff. Already has pushed, but missed investments. A little too hard to kill at this point for a Rhapsody. And that Minotaur will get ported back to base. Stun 2 with the Shadow Step. Gauntlet Blast coming out on to Swift Blade. Let's see how he says. Ultimate goes off there. As well as Power drop. Nice Rhapsody ultimate. Run everything as the kill field is also dropped. Chronos getting chased down here. He's in trouble. They're going to fall. And Chronos, Torture will fall. Thanks to Shadow Step. Shells report out from Bubbles. And Master Box falls. Zive just destroying everything, and we're now 10 seconds past the CC point for some reason it hasn't been called. There it is. So...
A Hellborn barracks has been destroyed. A Hellborn
well played
barracks
here
has
from
been
the Legion side.
destroyed.
Really countering that tri-lane very well, getting a bunch of kills, and using that to roll over their opponents. They just snowballed way too hard here on the Legion side. There's no question that it was extremely well played to them, and that's pretty much all there is to say about that 15-minute CC. So this series is now tied up 1-1, and that means we get to go to a game 3.